it's recording now. My name is Jiata Ugwah Ekele. I am a graduate of Kogi State University, Aingba, where I studied plant science and biotechnology. But right now, I'm into climate activism. Yes, my passion for climate activism started during my undergraduate project when I experienced the devastating impact of climate change on the forest. And upon graduation, I started volunteering with the Climate and Sustainable Development Network of Nigeria. This is my second year with them, and right now I'm working as the Knowledge Management and Extension Assistant. I'm passionate about climate activism, driving climate action, and my interest right now is tilted to climate justice and climate adaptation because right now in the African continent we really need adaptation and we need
All
justice,
right.
especially for the gender women, justice for women. So
Well,
with
women,
me is
I think
my mentor.
it's nice to it's nice to meet you.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you. It's nice to see that you're already on the journey. So my name is Esther Background. I work at the United Nations in the Climate Action team, and I'm from Nigeria originally. And I started my activism when I was a child. Started my activism as a child's right advocate before into climate.
Wow.
I think my major interest in activism started with when I was a volunteer too. I used to work in the background HIV campaign. My major activism started with HIV and adolescent reproductive health and rights as an advocate. Um, really from child's right advocacy to adolescent sexuality issues to hunger and agriculture to climate and so and then of course all of them too has really shaped my journey here. But I think you're in the right path. I started when I was sort of in my secondary school, to be honest. I was continued in my university and in my secondary school, I founded a health club in my secondary school. In university, I also founded a health club. Then after university, I started climate activism. So I started the climate movement in Nigeria and also West African subject. We founded so many of those entities, Honesty, my coalitions, like that as a volunteer. So I'm happy to see that you started volunteering, which is it, because when you want to make a difference, you will do anything you can to make a difference. And I'm happy that you had an experience with the forest, which is, for me, forest is actually a place where I go to get it. Living in this big city, going to the forest is where I can stay calm. So I can imagine going to a forest and that. And to be honest, I was born in local place that had a massive forest in Calabar. I was born in a place called Spring Road. We had a massive forest, Spring Road. And I saw that forest, instead of being preserved, destroyed.
Wow. That's sad.
Yeah, it's destroyed. In fact, it's that forest that I had my first connection to nature.
Wow.
That's really sucks, exactly, I know. But I think that's the case where conservation and where we come from is really, really a thing. And when we started, in fact, what drove my activism was that environmental issue was something that was happening that young people would go up to into, but they didn't want to get us involved because we were young people.
Wow.
It's their own future, exactly. So that's what really drove my activism in Nigeria and raising awareness about climate change. As you know, like 12 years ago, I changed my social media name to Esther Climate for that particular reason. I know it sounds stupid at that time. Like 12 years ago, who would imagine that I'd be Esther Climate? What they have is Esther Climate. But I'm like, I want to own it. I want to own the conversation. I want it to be reality in the spaces where young people are. And that is and now it's everything now. And I'm really happy to see young people come on to be interested in it because if we lose our planet, lose our environment, we lose who we are. There's no place, there's no plan B. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm happy to meet you. I'm happy to have this conversation with you. I'm happy to answer questions that you have. So over to you.
All right. Just a few questions. Let me start with the basic. What is written on your business card when we talk about Esther Kelechi Agbarakwe. What's
So right now, if you read my business card, I'm a UN staff primarily. I work for the Secretary General, so I'm I'm an international public servant as at now. I'm no longer an activist. Yes, I'm no longer an activist now. I have a career working in the United Nations. So my what you see in my business card will be program officer at the United Nations. So I am program officer around communication and popularization.
How did you get to where you are today?
That's a good question. I think I just I don't even know. I just followed I don't even get to where I am. So I've been engaging as you as an activist since 2009.
Wow.
My first trip to the United Nations. I got a scholarship from which is United Nations Department of Economic Affairs. So from German government as a youth activist and address the UN. It was my first time in the UN. And I was privileged to speak on behalf of the young people. So since that day, I've been one way or the other, I've been engaging the UN. So I have engaged the UN like as an activist. I've also been privileged to work in government in Nigeria. I was the media advisor to the former Minister of Environment. And in that position, I was also engaged. So I was going to the UN as a government advisor. So I've left activism to a government advisor. Now I'm back again as a UN staff. So one of the inspired me, I think, is believing that I'm very passionate about making a difference around climate change. I think that's what brought me here. The passion to be able to advocate, to shape policies, and to mobilize for action. That's what got me here. So the same thing that got to the government has brought me here too as well.
All right. Another question: what motivates you?
I think young people motivate me. When I started, young people lacked so many information, it broke my heart. Now, young people have all the information, it makes me happy. Young people are the most powerful people in climate action right now. So it's like, being inspired to make a difference, inspired to this is a generation that needs things, to this is a generation that is making things happen, So I am in fact, young people have inspired me, they've always been inspired. Doing so many interviews where I've said these young people that inspire me, and these young people inspire me. I was in Copenhagen. I was in Copenhagen. I was in COP20. I was in Glasgow too. It really inspired me. We're the young people. They were really, really determined, very passionate, worried, concerned, optimism, and everything, and that, and also working with two of the most important leaders in climate change in the world, Anthony Guterres, my boss, who's also a very, very youth ally, very, very passionate about engaging young people and believes in young people. So I am inspired by young people.
That's nice. All right. I think this should be the last question. What advice would you give to me? Someone like me that's aspiring to be you.
So the advice I'll give to you is that you have to be authentic. That's one. Just be who you are. There's a lot of fake activists around, the people like that, but you are not fake. You've actually on ground, you volunteered, you've been inspired by making a difference to your school, so just stay true to yourself. The second advice would be to enjoy the journey. It's going to be tough. Getting here, I did not find
it. Wow,
tough.
It's going to be tough.
But when we come from together, you have this pressure of going to look for a job that will pay you money to volunteer when they're not paying you money, and then family pressure and things like that. It's a bit tough. So just know that. So enjoy the toughness. Also enjoy the opportunities that you have, and celebrate your journey. Whether it's in struggle, it's in glory, in triumph, celebrate them. And lastly, to appreciate people who support you. Appreciate people who support you. Because I have this life principles that I never walk alone. I did not get to where I am on my own.
Sure.
And I am incredibly lucky and thankful to everyone who contributed to me to be. My mother, my sister, my mentor, always thank people. Because when you're grateful, good doors open to you. And the last thing is, please tweet. Tweet. That's all.
I should
Like
tweet.
to microblog. You should tweet it. You talk about your experience, share your experience, write a blog, grant interview, share that, make your voice heard. And last one, I'll leave you with the last one from Secretary General. Never give up.
Okay, I will never give up.
Good.
Never give up.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Wait, I'm going to take a screen. Let me see if I can take a screenshot.
Let me